Run, Jew! Oh no! What's happening?
After months of work, we emerged from the concrete, which felt like chaos.
Well, what's planned?
Using a steel structure for the first time and setting it out on our concrete slab was not easy.
They couldn't have made it more difficult.
But we soon grasped the concept.
Our first post.
Yes! It's not all celebration, as the DIY crane did not meet expectations, so a plan B is needed. If you would like to follow our build and homesteading life and you haven't already, please click on the subscribe button, and if you like the video, hit the thumbs up.
Hi, welcome back. Well, this is a picture you've become accustomed to. The concrete slab, which took so long to get prepared. The retaining wall, which is all block of bonche filled with so much rebar and concrete. And then the drainage systems down here at the front and at the back, which was part of the concrete slab, and the French drain below the retaining wall at the back. In the last video, you saw that truck arrive and get stuck, but it delivered all the steels to our new garage. So this is what is part of the kit, except for these two posts here. These are our wooden posts. It's not structural. I wanted something to make it look like an old barn when all of this is covered in siding, etc. We got quite a few parts to put together, and that was all that bundle of steel you saw. So on the back here is some steel siding. So we're having this side in steel. There's the roof, which is all insulated. But first of all, we have got to get all of these pink posts all in. All the uprights, all the main uprights. That is the job for today's video. And then hopefully we'll see how far we get using my crane to get the green rafters in. These are very, very heavy. Although to spec, they are less than 100 kilo each. I'm hoping my little crane will actually work on these. Right, let's get down to site and get started. Pencils right.
I'm going to treat you to some new cones this afternoon. No. You need them, Ian.
Right, so that is the edge of the garage there. So that hopefully will be like that. And then that there will sit inside of the wall internally.
That's worked out well, hasn't it?
Well, it was planned.
I know, but... So we've just marked our line. Ian's getting the laser out so that we can transfer this line to this post that's going to be on top of the wall. That one, this particular post has to be mounted on top of the wall. So it's just working out all our lines and positions.
Okay.
Can you see the line?
Yeah. Okay. Got to assume my wall is square, but this is just to get the rough idea, because then once the posts or my templates are on, I can measure them all up and get the square in and the diagonals in. As you saw quickly in the workshop, I made up these templates. So this is my B detail A, and that will fit not on the side of the actual platform of the post, which is a pain. They have put it on the start of the rebar. So I'm just going to follow that line down a minute. In theory, is where that post is going to be. It's hard to know where to start, but this back wall is what dictates because of my pipes. So this is the post template I just put in. Now I've got to measure this length to the front post. Just bringing this line down again. So I've measured that to 7 meters and 82 millimeters. Now the 82 millimeters, that's that line there. Oh. 82 millimeters is the actual width of the center section of the I-beam. So if you come over here, I'll show you. So the 82, this is P160. Hold on, I'll just check. All of this is rated, I think it's a worldwide standard, IPE 160. So this I-beam, that there is exactly 82 wide. And it's more than 160 actually, it's 163. But that's where that 82 comes from. So we're constantly splitting the 82 into 41 to center it, and yeah, they couldn't have made it more difficult. Oh, the I-beam. So between that line and the other side is 7082. I think we're near enough there. This is just to get two blobs on the floor, to transfer the top post marker down to the floor, so I can get a diagonal to make double check that it's going to be 90 degrees. Well, first post. So these tabs here are actually in the wrong place. They should be up here. I'll put a mark somewhere. Just been to the fabricator. It's quite a lot of work and also time to start cutting these out and re-welding them up there. So I've come to the agreement with them. They're going to fabricate another bracket, and we're going to attach that to the block wall. It is this one. Yeah, so this is the low point.
I know. There's a post up on the wall.
We might have to shim him a little bit. And that's near enough. No, it's bigger. Check.
Oh, your template, yeah.
Template.
So that's definitely P3. It says it on the bottom.
I did ask the fabricator if I needed to put anything in between the steel and the concrete, and he said no, not to bother. I was going to put some bitumen tape or something, but yeah, it's going direct on the concrete. Right, here we go. Well, that didn't explode the concrete. Thank God we put in 30 centimetres of cement. I'm just going to tease them up a bit.
Wobble test.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll tighten those up a bit more, but yeah, it's not wobbling from the base.
Cool.
Our first post
Yes.
secured. These are our highest posts, but it goes up another metre with the roof, with the rafters. We've got the tabs in the way, that's all. You see me painting them here because I had to drill the hole out to 12 millimeters, because all of the bases were the wrong sized holes.
And that's the tab that Ian's talking about being in the way. It's very close.
I'm doing an angle now. Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. It's still in place. It just wiggled a bit.
Yeah, no, it is. Good.
Just do my favourite one. Take the flap off.
Yeah, and then put that over there. We've got a couple more bolts. I've got to get this, so you've got to hold that as tight as you can. Alright. Mind your eyes.
I'll close them.
Okay, stop. Settle.
Speak from behind here again.
Well, that's it for another day. We got, well, the goalposts up anyway, so
I'm going to play rugby. Woohoo!
right, back at it very early. Well, early for us anyway. Sun's just coming up. Oh, it's absolutely freezing cold. What a nightmare yesterday. Came to site to drill out some holes for this post here. Bought 2 brand new drills, both just snapped, and they're quite expensive as well. So then got fed up, went to the fabricator, told them that every single hole on the small posts are the wrong size. They undernarred a bit, and the easiest thing for them was to reduce the size of the bolts. Now, it doesn't affect anything structurally, it's just annoying. So I got the bolts, that was all good. Came to put in the other issue, which was that bracket being too low on the wall. Well, it's not supposed to be on the wall, it's supposed to be here. And found out, yes, of course, because now it's on the wall, this horizontal post is too long. So we've had to go and order one of those, and hopefully it's arriving today. And then the worst, I was trying to put in this roofing section with my new crane that I built, but I just can't risk it. The actual crane itself is struggling, even though it's rated at 250 kilo. This section here is only 100 kilo, according to the specification, but it is struggling. Whether that's the power on the EcoFlow powering the motor, or whether it's the motor itself. But on the other hand, the actual scaffold tower, although I've sort of braced it, and I could probably brace it better, I can see it twisting. I can see it sort of going under a lot of tension in the wrong direction, and I don't want to risk 100 kilo up in the air above myself and Julie, and that sort of twisting, buckling and coming down on us. So we're going to pick up a hoist this afternoon for the weekend and get it all done with a proper hoist It's a lot of money, but yeah, there's only two of us and we can't risk anything above our heads that could topple down on us. Right. So the plan today is to get all the vertical posts up, so we're in readiness for the weekend for all of the roofing sections. So we better get on with it. Oh, I'm sure these aren't supposed to be welded together. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, this is pretty stressful getting these exact measurements, trying to get this parallel and square, because I've got two different levels. I've got one post or two posts sitting on top of the wall, and then I've got the others on this the concrete slab. So I haven't got a decent datum to run from. So I think we're near enough there. And then I've also got the plumb of these posts. So I bought this new digital one that I can basically look at that exactly without looking at the bubble. I mean, the bubble looks perfect, but they're saying it's 0.01 degrees out. So I've drilled the hole for this last major post. I'm going to whack this in now, and then we're going to finish off the other ones on the wall. But more stress, but it's good. More interesting than just concrete.
Lots of maths this morning too.
Concrete's holding up. Still wobbling. Right.
I'm just working out the placements for the brackets on the side of the wall, which will go onto the post that Ian's holding now, which is one of the outer posts of the entrance to the garage. Good foot movement.
I've got to move it out of the way because I've got this tab right in the way of that hole. So I've got that one as my datum, and then I'll get my template. So I'll just take that off. Sort of belts and braces, as they say. tightish onto the wall, and then I can tap him with a hammer. Okay, hammer. Bolt in first, slot him over that bolt, and then that bolt goes in, that bolt's in. Now these chunky bits of metal are purely so I can put the siding on. They're huge, but to me they're partly structural because it's plumbed up this post. And if you're wondering what this pipe was, we explained it in earlier videos when we were doing this wall, but this is my feeder for outside lights on the driveway. So I'll be able to bring in my power inside the garage into here, and then that will feed out through ductwork within the wall for the lighting. So luckily I measured it correctly and got it within inside the garage. So that was another milestone. Bolts on.
Works so well.
Just getting ready to go to the rental shop to get the elevator. As you saw in that little time lapse, I took down the scaffold and I've got it as a single panel, and that will allow me to get onto the roof. But that section of the gable end is ready to go up, and we have just finished off the sort of frontage of the garage, which the sort of loads of tolerance at the bottom where I started, but when I got to the top with these 2 points there and there, absolutely zero tolerance. So I'm just lucky. I think my diagonal is at about 1 millimeter or 2, probably 2 millimeters across from there down to there and from there down to there. So I'm hoping that's okay. Yeah, but we will now go and get the elevator, because everything else we need to do at the moment needs lifting upwards.
Just heading off into town to collect our hoist, which hopefully is going to help us get these big last few beams up, because they're a bit too much for me to help hold in.
And a little magnet to hold the bolts, because the horizontal ones, the vertical ones I can drop through and aim for the little hole, but the horizontal ones, if I drop it, it'll just fall straight to the bottom into the slab. So I'm going to just go and get one of those little magnet thingies to hold the bolts, so I can direct them straight into the holes. Right. It's huge.
Better do the job.
Yeah. Trouble is, these here are shorter than the legs. So if you've got a wall, I'm sure there's something supposed to go there, but we'll work something out.